So 2019 came to a close, and I'd like to share 3 trends which I believe have changed China completely and will influence the world. The first one is online merged with offline, online to offline. It's where online and offline were coming together, the analog and the digital world. You could see it in the streets, the cashless society where even beggars were using QR codes to get paid because people were not wearing or bringing cash around anymore. But also, face payments was the new normal of China. The old normal became digital payment with the mobile phone. Now it was all face payments, and that had to do with convenience. And that you saw into the new retail. Alibaba and Jack Ma's Hema stores, where basically the online and the offline were merging. You could see the JD stores, Jingdong, which were automated stores everywhere in the city, everywhere in the country. And then the big change last year was TikTok. If you have children, you know what TikTok is about. It's about streaming video, it's about short videos, and it got all the children of the world addicted to a Chinese platform. Imagine, this was the reality. But the fact that almost 10% of all the e-commerce in China was done through video streaming, that means that marketing completely changed as well. The second trend, which was critical in China, was everywhere you went, you saw AI robots. You saw robots in all the public places. You saw them in hospitals, AI doctors, digital doctors. There were robots there everywhere, but also in the banks. You could see just robots, humanoid robots, offering butler service to clients. This was the new normal. The other thing was factories. Factories in China everywhere robotized. Just 5-6 years ago, there was only, for every 10,000 employees, there were like 50 robots. Now it's 150. It's almost the standard in Western Europe, in the rest of the world. So in 2 years from now, China's factories will be more automized than Germany, for example. Imagine. And then you have things like robo-taxis and the self-driving cars, which you could start seeing in the streets of Shanghai. Just order a taxi and you get a robo-taxi. That was the new normal. The last trend, which I think is really taking off in 2019, was all about electrical vehicles, EVs. You had 50% of the world's EVs were actually built and sold in the country. But on top of that, China had installed from 1 million charging stations everywhere throughout the country, all monitored in Beijing in one place to actually see how this whole infrastructure was taking about. A city like Shenzhen, I don't know if you've been there, but it's one of the most silent cities today, a mega city of 20 million people, and all the public transportation was becoming electrical. So it became a silent and less polluted, a clean city that we wouldn't see in the West in 5 years from now. Is going to be completely different. And then on the two extremes, you had on one side the light electrical, slow electrical vehicles, millions and millions that people were driving, these small little vehicles, which aren't even in the statistics of EVs. And then on the other side of the range, what you saw was Tesla. Tesla building its mega factory in just 168 days in Shanghai, because China is the only place in the world where you can build such a factory in such little time and sell all these cars throughout the whole country. These are the 3 trends that I remember that changed China for the past year.